Event of the night, Nicole Livingston, is the mixed 4x100 metre freestyle relay, and we're going to see plenty of action and plenty of fun here with the girls and boys mixing it together.
Yes, as you just saw a familiar face leading out one of the two Australian teams, and that is Lisbeth Trickett. She'll be racing alongside in the team with Marika Gura, along with Matt Targett and Eamon Sullivan. You would have to think, Matt Cowdery, that team, Australia A, looks to, on paper, be unbeatable.
You certainly would, definitely, when we're looking at basically a world record holder and one that just lost a world record. I think probably definitely the team to beat.
And the two Japanese teams as well, which will be in lanes 3 and 5.
And here's the first of the two Australian teams with, as I said, Libby Trickett, Matt Targett, Marika Gura, Eamon Sullivan.
Here's the strongest team from Japan: Harada, Hakamura, Ueda and Matsumoto.
I'll go the Australian team, Anthony. It's easier for me to pronounce. Australia B is Matthew Aboud, Sally Foster, Tommaso De Songa, and also Felicity Galvez. So you'll see the lead potentially swap and change. The person that's in the lead in the last 50 may not be the eventual winner.
And the points on offer here
is 7 points for first, 3 for second, 2 for third, and 1 point for fourth. So this is a very important event to win in the overall scheme of things.
Psychologically, for the country that wins, get them away to a great start.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, a couple more points than the individual races, 5 points for an individual.
So away in the 4x100 mixed freestyle relay. In lane 3, it's Japan B with Harada. In lane 4, it's Australia with Libby Trickett. In lane 5, it's Japan A, and in lane 6, it's Australia B with Eamon Sullivan, with Matt Aboud.
Let's not forget that this is where we saw Lisbeth Trickett break the 53-second barrier for the first time a couple of years ago in the Duel in the pool when she was racing against Michael Phelps. So Libby is in there at the moment and is doing a pretty good job.
Even though she's fallen back a fair way compared to the men, obviously.
Compared to the men, she's doing pretty good.
And Australia B actually doing a pretty good job here. Matt Aboud, we know how strong he is.
Yeah, Matt Aboud is putting in a great performance now. It'll be good to see what the gap is between Matt Aboud and Libby Trickett, because that is what Matt Targett will have to make up going in the water now. Libby Trickett, that was a fast time. 52.89 for Libby Trickett. Fantastic.
At least we know at this point that the world record won't stand. We've had that discussion 2 years ago, so we've made sure that we know that's obviously a very fast time, but won't be counted as a world record.
No, exactly right.
So Yoshihiro Okamura is in the pool and leading the way for Japan A in lane 5. And Japan B's swimmer here is Shunsuke Kuzahara.
Well done, Hutto, and well done to Libby Trickett. She was only 1/100 slower than her world record time of 52.88. So already Matt Targett is making up the distance, at least on Australia B. He's just out of shot at the moment, but Matt is making up a lot of room on the Japanese team. Now, it is both Japanese female swimmers diving in now. So will they get swallowed up?
Yeah, this is the chance for the Australians to catch up. And the Aussies, the A Australian team, Marika Gura is now in the water.
Yamaguchi for Japan and Ueda for Japan on the two respective relay teams that bookend Marika Gura in between them. So I think Marika will certainly bridge the gap as we see her now in the first 50.
We certainly will. The Australian female sprinters are definitely showing their dominance, and that's probably one part of this duel in the pool where we hopefully will see the Australians really take a lead, is a female sprinting.
And De Songa is really moving up as well for Australia in lane 6 for Australia B.
So he should. Look at him.
And so he should, and he's taken the lead. So there'll be only 100 to go for the last change.
Yes, but look what's coming.
Yes.
It is Eamon Sullivan for Australia A.
Yeah, lane 4. So Australia will finish in lane 4 with Eamon Sullivan. As Felicity Galvez is into the water, and she is away and leading at this stage. But watch Eamon go. Yeah,
Eamon Sullivan has to bridge this gap. He'll do it in about the first 25 to 30 metres, I'm tipping, Matt.
It's really got to give him confidence sitting up there on the blocks with 3 female swimmers either side of him. Not saying that's a bad thing,
but he's a gentleman, though.
He definitely is. He looks like he's starting to bridge that gap right now.
Yeah, it turns around comfortably, Anthony, in first.
Yeah, more than bridge the gap. Australia A leading the way comfortably from Australia B, and then Japan A in third place and Japan B in fourth, and still not a massive gap as you can see, but pretty comfortable for Eamon Sullivan, and he's going to bring Australia A, the gold team, home to victory. So a commanding performance from the Australian sprint stars, and Eamon Sullivan gives Australia the first points in the mixed relay.
You couldn't have had the handbrake on any harder for Eamon Sullivan.
He certainly couldn't. He did what he had to do. He got out there, won the race for Australia, 7 points in the bank, and he saved himself ready to go for the 100-metre freestyle later on tonight.
Exactly, and an honourable mention to Felicity Galvez for taking him on in the last lap of that 4x100 free relay. Well, Australia do touch first, and let's take a look at some of those new starts. Of course, it's difficult to know how it's going to affect the relay changeovers because you have to think about your positioning now with relay changeovers, the momentum that you could have. You don't want to go too early, but everybody seemed to do it quite successfully.
That's right. We didn't actually see too many of the swimmers change the positioning of the back of the block there during that relay, so it looked like they all opted to leave the back of the block in the same position.
And as we watch going into the wall in the final stages, Eamon Sullivan, as we said, had a very big handbrake on and cruises in. That's the leading margin, or the winning margin in the end, over Felicity Galvez. And victory to Australia. So 7 points there.
And high fives all round with Libby and Eamon. So team of champions and a champion team with Mark Howard.
Well, what a lineup this is of Australian swimmers. Marika, firstly, the relays as an extra incentive with more points on board. So great to get a good start underway.
Yeah, definitely. And to be with such an all-star team as well, like 3 Olympic finalists, I feel a little bit, humble being in this team, but it was fantastic. We all did a great job.
They certainly are an all-star team now. Libby, a wonderful time. Bit tough when you have to swim against the fellas, though.
No, I love it. I race my best when I'm chasing people, and it's a lot of fun. I'm copped a few waves, but I'm starting to get used to that, having done it a couple of times now.
Mate, one thing that's becoming blatantly obvious is your cheer squad needs to lift. The Japanese are absolutely going off over there on the sidelines. You boys need to lift a bit.
I guess we're kind of to blame for that. I wasn't yelling too hard for Eamon, but I'll try in the next race.
Eamon, you got the first win under the board, mate. How's the body? You asked me, you didn't mind the interview being delayed because you're still puffing pretty hard.
Yep, I've got extra 30 seconds to get my breath back, which is good, but the body's going well. It's been really good since trials, and it's good that they got me a big enough lead that I wasn't have to dig too deep at the end.
Congratulations, guys. Well done. Australia underway, guys.